Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentleman, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentleman on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's THEWFIA.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation. That's right, everybody. The WWF is back in action, and we are going to be recording over the next 4 days, 4 episodes of Prime Time Wrestling. Yeah! All right. Let's go ahead and check our absent workers, and it's nothing except who we expect to be out. We're going to check our backstage instance. What's going on with Blackjack Lanza? Blackjack Lanza was on painkillers. Come on. Who came up with this in the mod? Blackjack Lanza was about the straightest laced guy you could have. We're giving him a stern warning. That's ridiculous. All right, Scott Casey, resident troublemaker. Scott missed his meeting with his road agent. We're going to fine him. And we did. All right, let's take a look at our card for this evening, everybody. And we've added a couple dark matches for Primetime Wrestling. So we have a huge card here. So in our dark matches, we're going to see Estrada and Rodriguez. We're going to see the Ultimate Warrior. And moving on to the main card here, we're going to see Koko Ware in action. Bob Orton and Don Muraco are going to be in tag team action. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is back on Primetime Wrestling. The world's strongest man, Ken Patera, is going to be featured. We're going to see the mighty Hercules in singles action. In our semi-main, everybody, Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat, is going to battle Nikolai Volkoff. And in our main event, everybody, we're going to see Junkyard Dog and George, the Animal Steele, in there against Demolition. All right, everybody. You saw the card. I saw the card. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. Let's get to booking. So here we go. We're opening up with a tag match. It's going to be enhancement. Pre-show, we're going to make sure to put dark. And we have Martinez. That's also known as El Bracero, Jose Martinez. And Zarnoff against Estrada and Rodriguez. I forgot to tell you, everybody, that I didn't have to book a venue because I already booked it, and we are in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, so here is Jose Martinez. Good wrestler. Really good wrestler. Here is Chris Zarnoff, as he's known in the WWF. And here we have Estrada and Rods, a very experienced and good tag team. And we're going to give the win here, everybody, to Johnny Rods. They were the Super Medicos, I believe, in Puerto Rico, Estrada and Rods. We can double check that, actually. Then again, maybe we can't. Yeah, I think they were the Super Medicos. Pretty certain. All right, so this one is booked. Good to go. And up next, we have Rick Gantner, and he's going to do the favor for the Ultimate Warrior here. Again, a 5-minute bout. It's going to be a dark match. We'll make sure to indicate that. And here we are. All right, Rick Gantner, of course known as Bull Payne. Also one half of the Texas Hangman. There he is, and here he is facing the Ultimate Warrior. And this match is going to be ouchy for Mr. Gantner. As the Ultimate Warrior is far from refined and pretty much dangerous in the ring. So there we go. Ultimate Warrior gets the win, and as we know, he is not on television yet and won't be for a while. So now we're going to open up our show here with Jack Armstrong against Koko B. Ware. Jack Armstrong was a really big dude. Really put together. Did a lot of enhancement work for the WWF over the years. So here is Jack Armstrong. Here is Koko B. Ware. On top of doing enhancement matches for the WWF, he was actually, I think, done. He might have done a few in '87 for the WWF, but he was pretty much working the independents out in California. All right, Koko B. Ware is going to get the win here. I actually added him to the game because he was on the roster of California Championship Wrestling. And then when I was doing some research, I found out, hey, this guy was actually in the WWF too as enhancement talent. And the cool thing about this original mod, the way it was set up by Genadi and his friends, was they had a lot of extra pictures in the database. So Jack Armstrong's picture was already in the database. I found that quite a few times. It was like they meant to get to it, but they didn't type thing. So good stuff. All right, Koko B. Ware gets the win here over Jack Armstrong. Good enhancement match. And we are going to have Orton and Muraco cut a promo here. And let's double check promos for Primetime Wrestling. Interview host was Gene Okerlund. Okay, good deal. So we can go back here to TV. So we are going to have Mean Gene Okerlund host this promo. And here we go. Bob Orton and Don Muraco cut a promo. Are they in a feud? They are not. So they could just cut an open promo. So that's cool. I forgot the period there. There we go. All right, so here is Bob Orton. Here is Don Muraco. This should be a pretty good promo. Both these guys can talk. I always want to say Don Muraco. It's Magnificent Muraco. We'll make that adjustment. All right. Muraco was only months away from a babyface turn here. But for right now, he is still that dastardly heel being managed by Mr. Fuji. And here they are talking with Mean Gene Okerlund. And this one is booked. All right, up next, we have their enhancement tag match here. The bout will only go 3 minutes, and they are going to face Frank Monte and Nick DeCarlo. And for those of you that don't know, DeCarlo and Monte were a really good tag team in the 70s. Both of them started out, I believe, in the 60s. They were good. Really good tag team. All right. Frank Monte, actually, his brother's wrestling for the WWF at this time, too, doing enhancement as Jerry Monte. I think... Okay. Trying to think about this. Both these guys were in and out of the WWF and WWF for a long time. I think they had a push in the 70s, and then by the 80s, they were just doing enhancement. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the situation. Either way, they were mainstays for years. So it's cool to use them here as enhancement, putting them back on TV. So here we go. Orton and Muraco will get the win. And that one, another enhancement match. We're going to have Hulk Hogan promo here, everybody. This one's going to go 6 minutes. And he's just gonna cut an open promo, and of course it gets an exclamation point because Hogan's promos are on fire in '87. All right, entertainment, and of course he is talking with Mean Gene Okerlund. So this one is booked, and up next we have Ron Shaw versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Big Ron Shaw is gonna go down hard. Here is Ron Shaw. Here's Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Big Ron Shaw, I actually watched a podcast with him not too long ago. He's got some really interesting stories. I can't remember who the host was. It was a few months ago. It's hazy now, but it was good. So look it up on YouTube, Ron Shaw podcast, and watch it. It was really good. All right, so Hacksaw Jim Duggan has come back to the WWF here, and he's going to get the win here on Primetime Wrestling. All right, Ken Patera is going to cut his promo now. And you know it's going to be on the Heenan family. He's got that feud going. I'm digging what we're doing with Ken Patera right now. All right, he's going to talk to Gene Okerlund. And he's going to be talking about the Heenan family, so we'll have him talk directly about Bobby Heenan. Because that's actually the way the feud's set up. All right, so there's entertainment off screen. This one's booked. And up next, we have Tommy Short in there against Patera. Here is Tommy Short. There is Ken Patera. So for those of you that are new to the channel, maybe you're new to 80s wrestling, maybe you're new to pre-21st century wrestling, these shows were enhancement matches. And Primetime Wrestling was actually a mixture of enhancement matches and arena matches. And then it would have Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon in the studio talking about them. For TEW purposes, we've pretty much made this all enhancement matches. And it works out. Things work out just fine. But the 80s enhancement matches were where it was at because it put wrestlers over. Okay, so Hercules has a promo here. He's going to have to do this one on his own because his manager is on television. So here is Gene Okerlund. And we still have Hercules in a feud. Yes, he's still in the feud with Billy Jack Haynes. So there we go. We'll add Billy Jack Haynes. So Haynes is off screen. Hercules is based on entertainment. This one might not do so well. Hercules cuts a promo on Billy Jack Haynes. There we go. This one is booked. And up next, we're going to see Salvatore Bellomo against Hercules. That's right. We brought back Salvatore Bellomo. Bellomo, of course, was a beloved enhancement talent in the WWF and WWF for years. There's Bellomo. Here is Hercules. Mighty Hercules, of course, is going to get the win here because we want him to look good. And Ricky Steamboat is going to cut a promo here next. We're going to even put the Dragon in there. And he is either in a feud with Macho Man or Honky Tonk Man. Honky Tonk Man, yeah. Honky Tonk Man stole the Intercontinental Heavyweight title from him. Here is Ricky Steamboat, based on entertainment. Here is Mean Gene Okerlund. And here is the Honky Tonk Man. And he's based under just Honky Tonk Man. There we go. All right, off screen, entertainment. That one is booked. And up next, I think we have Boris Zhukov. I'm sorry, Nikolai Volkoff against Ricky Steamboat. This is a regular match, 12 minutes. Volkoff versus Steamboat. This one will probably get a decent score. And here is Nikolai Volkoff. Here is Ricky Steamboat. We're going to have Ricky Steamboat go over clean here, everybody. There we go. This one is now in the books. And we have a Demolition Promo here. This one could go either way. They are over. And we are going to have Demolition X and Demolition Smash here. And of course, they are managed by Mr. Fuji, but they can handle their own without him talking. Here is Gene Okerlund. And they are in a feud, and they are in a feud with the Killer Bees. So we're going to have them talk about Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and B, Brian Blair. Great team. This was just a golden era of teams in the WWF. Back when tag team wrestling still mattered and was still respected. All right, so that one's booked. And then here we go with our big main event. What do we got for time here? 16 minutes. All right, so we have Steele, Junkyard Dog, and George Animal Steele against Demolition. And Demolition is going to get the win here, everybody. And it's going to come via manager interference. All these men have good psychology, so this is going to be an epic. And this should be a good one. No doubt about it. All right, so this one is booked. We're at 88 minutes total. We're ready to go here, everybody. Let's see how we do. We actually have 7 minutes to play with. We could add another match or two. But you know what? We'll worry about that for the next television tapings. All right, here we go. Getting this one kicked off. Estrada and Rods get the win over Martinez and Zarnoff. 50 and a 43 for Estrada and Rods, respectively. And lots of green here. Green equals money. 37 overall for this one. And here we go. The Ultimate Warrior gets the win over Gantner with that big splash. 34 overall. Red Text the Doom going on here. What are you going to do? All right, our opener here. Jack Armstrong and Koko Beware get a 70. It's a nice score for an enhancement match. Koko Beware gets the win with the Bird Buster, formerly known as the Ghost Buster. Good stuff. And Frankie was there. You know Frankie was there. All right, nice promo here for Orton and Muraco. 79 overall. Lots of green. Green equals money. And I'd say it's fair that these two guys are over. All right, DeCarlo and Monte against Orton and Muraco. We get a 70 when Orton beats Nick DeCarlo with that superplex. Lots of green, lots of money here. And it just popped in my mind that Fuji had the 2 tag matches on this show. All right, there we go. Hulk Hogan cuts a promo, 91 overall. Outstanding score. All right, we have Big Ron Shaw and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And Duggan gets the win with that running clothesline tackle. 68 overall, 83 and a 26. Somehow comes out to 86. I'm sorry, 68. Fair enough. Let's see if there's any takeaways on this one. Yeah, Shaw gets some penalties. Fair enough. All right, up next here, we have Ken Patera cutting his promo on the Heenan family. 68 overall. Not bad at all for Ken Promo. Lots of green here. Green equals money. Tommy Short falls to Ken Patera as Patera wins with that Patera hug. 55 overall, 70 and a 21. And I do believe Ken Patera, he is not showing his age yet, which is a good sign. Up next here, we have Hercules and Gene Okerlund. And just as I predicted, Hercules does not give the greatest of promos, but he still gets a 62, which isn't the end of the world. A little bit of green there. Green equals money. And look at that. The feud gained heat. All right, up next, Salvatore Bellomo falls prey to Hercules' backbreaker rack. And this one was over. 76 and 33 gets us a 69. All right, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat cuts a promo here. That's not very good, unfortunately. And in all fairness, Ricky Steamboat didn't cut the greatest of promos. 66 overall on this one. Up next, we have Volkoff and Steamboat. And this one gets an 87 overall as Steamboat wins by submission with that double chicken wing. Good stuff. Let's see if there's any takeaways. Volkoff is fatigued. Fair enough. All right. Axe and Smash get a real nice promo here. 80 overall. I like it. Look at all this green, everybody. Green definitely equals money. here comes our big main event. 89. Yeah. Junkyard Dog and George Animal Steele look good here against Demolition. Demolition is a force to be reckoned with. 89 overall. We should get a gain across the board with this one, everybody. Probably get a gain in 2 regions. Fair enough. And we're in week 1. So what are you going to do? That one's a little odd, but hey, like I said, what are you going to do? All right, everybody, we will be back in action tomorrow with another edition of Primetime Wrestling. This one will be for the second week of July as we move along. And as we know, the WWF has a lot of shows. And just look how many shows we've done, and we're only a month into the save, everybody. So for those of you that are new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Drop us a message below. Let us know what you think of the channel so far. For those of you looking for version 10.1 of the Supermod, you can find it on patreon.com/PowerCastNetwork. Over on our Patreon page, you'll not only find the 1987 Supermod, all of our spreadsheets, you will also find bonus shows and special shows. You'll find all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free and a whole lot more, everybody. Packages start out at only $5 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So check it out, everybody. I encourage all of you to also join the Wrestling Fans International Association. You can join for free at thewfia.org. That's THEWFIA.org. Your free membership gives you access to the digital subscription to Wrestling Fan News. You'll have voting privileges and a lot more, everybody. It's a good deal. It's free. Check it out today, Wrestling Fans International. And for those of you looking for us on social media, you can find us on Facebook.com/groups/1987Supermod. You can also find us over on Reddit under the subreddit of TEW 2020 Friends. And don't forget, everybody, we are also on Discord under 1987 Supermod. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.